Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Raya, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Hey guys, does the studio look different today? We are coming to you live from, well, a new studio. I'm so excited. We're giving this a whirl. We are at our local coffee shop. I don't want you guys to stalk us because we have so many fans. So we're not going to plug it. But yeah, I'm so excited. Now we can have guests and I feel like it's more official. And I'm loving the color in the background. So if you're listening on audio, you definitely need to watch on YouTube. So, you can see what I'm talking about with the vibes. The vibes are vibing. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I know that the holidays are treacherous for most. My mom told me to seek help, which joke's on her. I already am. I had a really chill Thanksgiving. I went to my aunt's house and called Shishin, which is in Texas. For those who are listening international, you might know about called Shishin because of Texas A&M. And it was really nice. I brought a friend and we just like hung out. We ate till our little tummies were going to explode. And then we took a nap on the couch because that is what 30 does to you. Oh, and by the way, this is the last podcast of me being 30. I'm about to be 31. 30 fun. 30 fun. I had another theme the other day. Because it's 10 years from your 21st birthday. So like, what if you just redid your quote 31st birthday? That would have been a good theme, but we're sticking to the Italian dinner party. And I'm so stressed. I don't know why I thought literally every year I'm like, no, I won't get stressed out for my birthday. No, I always do. One, I have to quite literally beg, plead, and pay people to show up for me. It's an issue that I'm working on in therapy. And two, it is going to be low-key and chill and fun and like elegant. But I think it'll be really fun. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be happening this weekend. Also, if you guys didn't know, we have moved the day of when we are dropping our weekly episodes. We're going to move it to Thursday. So our last drop or our first drop of the new move date is Thursday. Was last Thursday, Thanksgiving, and it's going to be every Thursday from here on out. Again, if you guys ever want to support the podcast and get a shout out on our weekly episodes and support the show weekly, you can sure do that at the link tree in my bio at coffee.meets.vodka. And you can click on the link that says donate to the show and support the show. And there you will get a little shout out. If you also want to write a note about how much you love the show, love me, love us, love the production, love the quality of content, have any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, I'll also take it. But not without some monetary support. No, I'm just kidding. You guys, I have to say, this studio is pretty packed right now. It's like everybody is in a business meeting, and here we are doing fun stuff. What happens when you're your own boss? Maybe we should read like I never really saw like things that happened over Thanksgiving. I didn't really see much, but I don't know if I was really online this week. Reddit, Thanksgiving stories. What was that incident during Thanksgiving? Did you also hear about something that happened on the plane from going to New Orleans to, God, I want to say like Indiana, like somewhere weird. It was like in New Orleans to another city. It like just happened last night or like over the weekend. And this guy threw something and then jumped out of the emergency exit onto the wing and then down. And then everybody was freaking out. The gag is everybody was like, what's happening? What's happening? I don't need to know what's happening. I just see people moving in a fucking airport and especially on a plane. My ass is flying over the seats. I don't need an explanation as to why. And I don't care if I was dramatic and freaking out over like a dust bunny. Like, if people are moving and it turns out not to be legit, then good for us. And like, we all collectively look stupid, but guess what? We get to live to see another day and tell the story. But I'm not going to be sitting on the plane asking what's going on. Going back to me being on the plane, super observant. I have my headphones in, but I'm here, there, and everywhere, and people watching. Hence why the only time that I see things is like when I'm on the plane. Well, not the only time, but like I'm the only one that sees things on the plane. So like, I just couldn't get over that video this morning that I saw. This guy was recording and people were like popping up out of their seats. What happened? I don't give a fuck what happened, bitch. My ass is flying to the front. I am gonna be mulling over grannies. Like, I'm sorry. You snooze, you lose. Okay? No, couldn't be me. I don't know the update, but that's just like where we're at. I don't know what it was. So TBD on that story. I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, I don't need a explanation of why people are moving fast on a plane. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. What is today's juicy Thanksgiving drama? Speaking of smoking, because I read something about smoking. It's the ADD for me, but we're gonna just keep it pushing. Did you guys see Snoop Dogg's campaign about his smokers, his smokeless smokers? What an amazing marketing campaign, dude. I had so many people, like 3, okay, but it was a lot. Shout out to my 3 fans. I had so many people be like, oh, Snoop Dogg quit smoking. No, he didn't. He just was gearing up for his collab with this smokeless fire pit. I thought that was really genius, and that's all I have to say about that. Okay, wait, hold on. What is the juicy drama? Thanksgiving. I need more comments. Oh, this is good. Okay, this is on Reddit. It's Bad Shark 1352. They say, what is today's juicy Thanksgiving drama? Sister-in-law revealed to her ultra-conservative Christian parents that she's part of a throuple less than 6 months after she separated from her husband. Wife and I are sitting back watching the drama unfold. Somebody said dinner and a movie. Okay, I guess that wasn't like that juicy, but I personally am jealous and I could never be a part of a throuple or a threesome or a polyamorous relationship or a polygamous relationship. Could never be me. All right, moving on. Okay, and other news, did you guys hear about the drama with Matt Rife? Let me take a little swig. Apparently he's under fire because of his Netflix special. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I tried to watch it even before the drama all came out and unfolded, and I just started it and immediately got distracted with something else, so I couldn't even tell you what it was about. Well, actually, I watched like the first 30 minutes of it. And the opening joke, people are up in arms because it's like a domestic violence joke. He said that he was doing a show in Baltimore, like went to Baltimore or whatever with his friend, and they went to this restaurant and the hostess had a black eye. And he was like, they were like making jokes back and forth, and he was like, well, you know, like women belong in the kitchen. And then he was like, well, if she was in the kitchen and she could cook, then maybe she wouldn't have a black eye. I mean, I don't know. I kind of think that was clever. Like, you know, like, yeah, I'm not taking it on. I don't think that he really thinks like women who can't cook deserve to be punched. But and then he doubled down on his social media and posted, if you guys want to hear my apology or something like that, he said click this link, and it was a link to special needs helmets, which that I think is like a little too far. Also he made fun of the astrology girlies and the crystal girlies. I mean, he's a Virgo. Like, what do we expect? He's not going to believe it. Like, I don't know. And then I thought this was also interesting that I was seeing a lot of people on TikTok talk about it, and I didn't know if I was just on like Matt Rife TikTok or like if it was a popular topic, because I had Googled like a couple weeks ago when I was like down in the dumps. I was like, I need a laugh. Let me Google some comedy. And I Googled Matt Rife comedy, and I keep getting targeted. And honestly, his crowd work is so good. And he is so hot, but he kind of looks like a woman. You know, like if you look at him, it's like kind of giving like handsome Squidward and like lesbian woman. But whatever, if that's your cup of tea. Um, well, apparently after his special and all of the shit that he's been going around saying, I'm not even his target audience anymore. So he doesn't give a fuck what I think about him or what I say. So he hates women, apparently, is what he's been saying. He wants to be tailored to white men, which white men don't have legs to stand on. They don't care about anything. So, yeah, I'm sure that everything will blow over and he will be back to normal. I mean, if Chris D'Elia still has a comedy platform and is still, I mean, I don't know if thriving is the word, but he still has an audience and like a bunch of like gross frat boys and like scary men following him, then good. And also if what's that one guy? Andrew Tate? Is that him? If he still has a platform and you know, after all the shit and misogyny that he's said, I mean, yeah, Matt Rife will be fine. You just got to lay low for a second. But in the end, he'll be okay because if he wants to tailor to white men, he's good. White men don't care about anything. He's like, "Look, my comedy isn't for everybody. You know, I don't want to have like 100% or like 75% female audience that have like made me," which I think is so crazy because he started on TikTok, or apparently he had been trying to do comedy for like 11 years and he was ugly, and then he got a bunch of plastic surgery to make him look hot and attracted a lot of females who really made him rise to the top on TikTok. And now the app that made him is like like trying to cancel him. And but I do agree with this. Like I do agree, you know, yes, I think some jokes shouldn't be said. There are things that could go too far and you know whatever, but I also think like I have dark humor and I think that this world is like really dark. And if you can't make fun of shitty situations and just kind of like collectively be like, that sucks, but like, I don't think he lacks empathy. I think actually comedians are really smart and really empathetic because, I mean, not all of them, but like because they need to know all facets of the situation and like that's the joke. Like you have to be so witty and so smart. Humor is a sign of like the highest intelligence. And I feel like people who don't get it or get offended really easily, yeah, comedy maybe isn't for them, but I'm not really down for comedy to be watered down. Now, going back to what I was saying, yes, of course, there are certain time and place and jokes that shouldn't be said. I'm not, you know, but, you know, if we're just out here like, oh, hey guys, like, glad you're here. Like, I don't know if we're just out here beating around the bush. Like, when I go to comedy shows, I want to be berated. I want to be trolled so hard. Like, I'm not gonna go home and like cry to my therapist about, oh my god, Matt Rife, like he said that. No, because you know what that says? That says something about you that like you actually believe that about yourself and you're like taking that on. That guy doesn't know you from Adam, and maybe he clocked you, and maybe you're feeling some type of way because it resonates with you, and maybe he was accurate, you know? Like, am I making sense? Okay. Thank God. Thank God I have an audience member. You guys, remember when I used to do this by myself? I'm just like, Penny, is that good? You think that was funny? I also wish that Houston had more of a comedy scene. Texas in general, I think Austin has a little bit. I mean, better than here in Dallas. But like, I miss going to comedy. I would go to comedy when I lived in California probably like 3 to 5 times a week, depending. And I would go for like the cheap because either I had friends doing it and I would go to like amateur night and also like big comedians, but also like big comedians would just stop in and like practice their sets. Like I remember this one time I bought tickets when my mom came to visit me, um, to go to the improv. And we just went, whatever. Long story short, it was the MC's birthday and he had gotten like a bunch of comedians to stop by and like, you know, do some sets or like come by and just say hey or whatever. And like there was like a couple headliners. I think it was um Dane Cook, Tosh Point Daniel Tosh, and maybe Chris D'Elia. I don't remember. It was like a couple comedians that I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. Okay. David Spade showed up, sucked. Dane Cook showed up, or maybe that was his set. He sucked. He was talking literally for 30 minutes about how it's so hot to fuck pregnant women. I'm sick. And now he's married to somebody 25 years younger than him. I'm scared. Oh, maybe he fucked the woman and now he's married to the child that he was fucking. I mean, that's sick in the head. Anyways, he wasn't great. And David Spade, you know what's funny? Because like some of them didn't really have sets. They just showed up for the MC's birthday because, you know, the circuit in LA, like everybody kind of knows everybody, which I thought was cool. But it's like, you know, when one person goes up and then you all just kind of say the same thing over and over because you don't really have anything prepared. And it's like, they were just doing that. So it like got weird. But I still think it's pretty cool to see David Spade. I think David Spade's funny. I love Grown Ups. I also love Mike Myers, unpopular opinion. Love Shrek, was watching it the other day. I've mentioned that before on the podcast. And I really love Chris Kattan. Night at the Roxbury, one of the best movies ever made. Will Ferrell, so funny. Anyways, but I just feel like they don't really make comedians like that anymore. Like David Spade is such like a wholesome, like, I don't know if I guess he is a comedian, but not like he's more of like an actor comedian versus like stand up. Even though I think he started at stand up. Anyways, the coffee's hitting here nor there. I went to one and the girl was pretty funny. I popped in with my ex. And because we were like just bar hopping and we were in Edo, and I was like, oh, let's like go in here. I've been wanting to do it. I think, but that's the thing. It's like we're paying like $25, $30, where like in LA, I would pay like 10, like 5, 10, 15 because I would like know somebody, or I would go for free. And like they're actually like funny people and they're like actually comedians. I'm not saying like, I do love an amateur. I love an open mic. Like there's a lot of funny people. But we went and I was like quite literally the only woman there. And everybody had come from a, hold on, let me think about it. Oh, an anime convention. So I was like, that was the joke in itself. You know what I mean? Sorry, one day. And then we sat behind this guy who was just ripping ass the whole time. I mean, he was like doing one of these. And then it was going up his back and he was like a little chunky, you know, I'm being nice. And it was like his crack was showing and it would go up his back and like ripple off the back fat. It was so the whole time. I was like, that has to be somebody's phone vibrating. Like it literally took me probably like half the set of being there to realize that that guy was just ripping ass the whole time. It's giving accurate.
Around the area, and it was like down the street from our house, like literally 5 minutes maybe. And the comedian that was there is $20, and he had been on Jimmy Fallon like 3 times. He had a comedy special on Netflix. Like,
who was it?
I was trying to look for it, but he was really good. And even his like
Shane Gillis.
Let me look.
People are
He's a black
obsessed.
guy.
Okay. Black guys are always so funny.
We had a really good time. Like we're like, wow, I'm impressed. Like this was only $20.
Okay, well, I'm needing an invite to Third Wheel next time. Okay, I'll sit on the other side. You guys can still have your date night, but I'm gonna need to Third Wheel.
Well, I was gonna say, Pete Davidson is coming this Thursday.
I saw. Oh, this should we go?
I really want to go.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to Pete Davidson. Oh my God, let's go to Pete Davidson because I think you sent me that or we saw it at the same time. Okay, we should go. For my birthday. I know, but that's what I'm saying. In LA, it would be like, whatever, but it's worth it. But that's when you know, like, it'll be like really funny. I feel bad because a lot of the Facebook comments were like, fuck Pete, he's ugly. And I was like, fuck you guys. I'll go and be like, woo, good time, girl. I'm just kidding. I would love to be sisters with Kim Kardashian, Kate Beckinsale, Ariana Grande. I mean, the list goes on. Also, Matt Rife dated Kate Beckinsale. And Kate Beckinsale, more importantly, dated him when he was ugly. I mean, I actually don't know that for a fact because I couldn't find a picture of them together. But could you imagine if she dated him when he was ugly? And what if he hates her so much because she told him the truth and was like, you're ugly and not funny. And then he goes and gets a bunch of plastic surgery. And then he's like, fuck women the whole time. Because he secretly is like so bitter at Kate. I just made that up, but like, what if that is the case? um, yeah, but I do wish that Houston had more of a comedy scene. I've done stand up before. I don't know if you guys can believe it, but I have done stand up before. It was the longest 3 minutes of my life. And I actually wrote out this like really funny set and I would perform it for my roommates at the time in LA and my other girlfriend who does comedy. And they all thought it was really good. And then when I got up there, I bombed. But it's like a rite of passage, you know? I just did it at some local hole in the wall open mic bar by my house. So my neighborhood bar where people will see me at the local Ralph's. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. Okay, so let's go to Pete Davidson. We're going this week for my birthday. I just gotta make it everything about me. And then we'll report back. I'm sure it'll be funny regardless. I just think he's even if I don't like audibly laugh, I just think people like that are funny. Now, do I think he's funny enough to be on SNL? Like, not really, but also kind of. He's funnier out of the people now. And I think he's really witty. I think people don't get it. He's a different type of comedian. They just don't get it. He's like a sketch like writer. Like he's not like really like a stand-up comic. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think he's like a one-liner. He's like a storyteller like me. Like I'm a storyteller comedian, in case you wanted to know. I'm available for birthday parties. Over the weekend, not even over the weekend, Thanksgiving Day, Paris Hilton welcomed a second child, a baby girl, London. And that's all we know. That's that. So Phoenix is a big brother. And people are making fun of the name about London Tipton, like because it was London Tipton on Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, which was she didn't get that she didn't get that from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Like they got that from her, from Paris. So because she always said that she was going to name her kids Phoenix and London. If you don't know, now you do. I mean, I'm a fan. And then they were like Gen Z is like, oh my God, like she got that from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Are you guys stupid? Like, I just want to know. Don't cancel me. You guys have a lot of power.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know what? That they got it from her?
Yeah.
I rest my case. The answer
Wait,
is
what's the
yes.
Tipton part?
Like Hilton, London Tipton. She was an heiress. It was Brenda Song. That was the Tipton Hotel that she owned. She was the heiress of the Tipton Hotel, and it's just like Tipton, Hilton, like, and then London was her name.
I don't really know much about Paris Hilton.
You don't know much about Paris Hilton? She's iconic. Paris Hilton paved the way of this world, to be honest. She really is like first to do a lot of stuff. And I think that's why she doesn't sleep. But she's done so much. She says she invented the selfie in like 2006. That I don't think is true. But I mean, she's done a lot. Yeah, I couldn't tell you either, but I just know she's iconic. The Juicy Couture sets. By the way, did you know that the Juicy Couture is they have the Juicy track suits at Costco for $16.95? I've got to run and go get one. Maybe I'll use you have a Costco card, don't you? Yeah. I got Sam's Club, so it's like a give and take in this relationship. We got to go get matching and we'll wear it next week.
I didn't even know like Paris Hilton that was even affiliated with like the Hilton Hotel.
Okay, in your defense, I didn't kind of put two and two together until like my early 20s, to be honest, because she didn't do a lot with the Hilton hotels. So I want to say that they also are like an affiliate of the Waldorf Astoria because they stay there a lot too, or maybe they just like it. But the Waldorf Astoria comes from the Astor family. I know this because now I'm going down, thank God she's back down a rabbit hole of just like old Gilded Age American like socialites, and then also like a bunch of royal history. I love history. I love royal history. Anyway, so I'm gonna do like some research on Catherine the Great and the Romanovs in case anybody gives a fuck. Anyways, so they like that hotel chain has been since like the 1800s or whatever when like America was born, and then but the Hiltons started a hotel chain. She's I think third or fourth generation. Like Conrad and Baron Hilt. I think it was Baron Conrad Hilton, Conrad Baron Hilton. I don't know. But it's like a family name. So she has a brother named Conrad, another brother named Baron. And it was her grandfather, great grandfather, who started the Hilton hotels. And now but I guess I didn't realize, like, I didn't put two and two together that the affordable Hilton, like, Hilton is affordable. I mean, it's kind of expensive, but it's not like the Ritz. And I was thinking that it was the Ritz. And then I didn't realize actually until I went to San Francisco. That's true. Until I went to San Francisco in like 2017 or 18, and we stayed at a Hilton on Paris Hilton's birthday. And I was like, wait, I'm putting two and two together that this is like Paris Hilton's hotel. So, but now she's doing a bunch of campaigns with Hilton with like their pets and a bunch of stuff, which I think is sweet. You know, she's like, let me get in on the family biz. But you know, Nikki, her sister, Nikki Hilton, is married to a Rothschild, like the Rothschild of the banking world and British aristocrat. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so maybe I should just do a whole little shot episode of all the history and knowledge that I know. Apparently, Taylor thinks it's really fascinating. Welcome to class, guys. Yeah, she's always like, I'm not really Gen Z. I'm a millennial. It's giving Gen Z right now. You guys keep me young. I don't know if I said this last time, but Taylor told me she looked at me in the mirror one day, and she's such a sweet lady. She's sweet, such a sweet little girl. And she goes, and I was like, what? She goes, I like I'm not trying to be rude. I just like I love like you're so sweet. Like I love you. She's saying this to me, and she's like, but your pants, it's just they're like really tight and like skinny, and you're. I was like, I'm sorry. Are you calling me Cheugy? Yeah, a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, now I can't fucking unsee it. And guess what? Thank God there is a table here because I am wearing skinny jeans. I told her, I said, I'm going to immediately have to pay you to come shopping with me. I don't have to pay her, but you know, I will. I'm begging for my life because now I can't unsee it. I only have skinny jeans. And then I actually saw this TikTok of this millennial. It was like a millennial sister and a millennial, Gen Z sister. And one of them was wearing the same outfit different. And also Gen Z making fun of the all black uniform. Fuck off. But the millennial was wearing, okay, the boots really weren't giving, but it was the velvet knee high. It was kind of giving 2012. But the blue jeans, blue skinny jeans, and a black long sleeve kind of bodysuit. And then the Gen Z was wearing the black, like straight wide leg jeans with tennis shoes and a black spaghetti strap. And then the comments were like, yeah, one of them may look better, but the other one's getting all the free drinks tonight, i.e. millennial. You guys don't know shit about shit. I'm just kidding. But anyways, it was just kind of funny because millennial won in that. You know what I mean? Taylor said I'll have to see it to believe it. Oh my God. And then the other day,
I didn't say you looked chuggy. I said.
But I said I look chuggy, and Taylor goes, I agree.
No, I said that it's giving millennial.
You should see the way that because she's so sweet. I just said, you know, that's not what he said. She's so sweet. Literally, and then I was leaving her house the other day. I was picking up something for the podcast, and she goes, I'm walking out the door. She goes, oh, I'll send you that influencer that helps millennials dress better. What the fuck? I was like, you're fired. What is going on? You're not. But I was like, no, I hate you. And then I shut the door. I was like, please send it. Like ran out. I'm like, please send it immediately.
Well, you keep saying how I need to go jean shopping with you.
No, I do because you said it 3 weeks ago and we have yet to go because, excuse me, she has a life and I don't, and it's upsetting me. Oh my God, I'm dead. But I will keep you posted on that. It's like, oh, you guys keep me young. Also, I keep telling her we need to do that audio on TikTok. She goes, I don't know what that's from. It's from Mean Girls. Oh my God. That came out. It's literally always on TV. It came out in like 2004 and I was in junior high and I was like going into high school. I was like, wow, I can't wait. This is really what it's like. It kind of wasn't really like that. And it also kind of was. Also, wait, it did come out in junior high because we had Do y'all remember slam books? Did you have a slam book? You didn't because y'all had texting. We had these things called slam books, which was kind of like a different version of a burn book. But a slam book is when it was like a group chat before group chats. So you had like a little group with like, four other people, five other people. And each period, somebody would have to write a note, be like, this is what I did this weekend. This is, oh my God, Mrs. So and so, the teacher is like so annoying, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. And then you had a rotation where you would pass it each period, and then by the end of the day, and then somebody would bring it home and then read everything and then write it, and then the next morning before school started, you had to find your next partner and give them the book so they could catch up. It was literally a group chat before group texting. Do y'all remember that? And then I gotta tell you, when I was in junior high, remember when Zynga was like really popular, and which is before MySpace, which is before Facebook. Zynga, if you don't know, Xanga. Some people would say X Zynga, and I used to say that, but I guess it's Zynga. Anyways, there was it was called Juicy. It was called our school, our junior high, Juicy Gossip, and it was like Gossip Girl before Gossip Girl was even a thing. We were so ahead of our time. Long story short, it was like starting rumors about teachers. It was like, oh, I was never on it, thank God, because I really actually was I on it? I don't remember. I would always read it, but I wasn't on it. And which doesn't mean I wasn't popular. I just or does it? I don't think so. We all knew who it was, and then long story short, I got like to the principal. It was such a conundrum. There really should be a documentary about this gossip column before it was a gossip column because it was really innovative. And they started rumors about a teacher, which actually happened to be true. And like it was like, oh, so and so, like the hot teacher is dating this new hot teacher. And anyways, they ended up getting married, so it really wasn't that bad. And then and obviously, so they were like adults. It wasn't like, he was fucking a student. You know what I mean? And then I don't know, it was very cool. And then the principal got it, and like everybody, no one snitched. No one snitched on this person. And because they were like, we're gonna find out who it is and we're gonna expel them. Nobody snitched, and they never found out, and they just like disabled the site, But it was really, we were living for it. It was literally Gossip Girl before Gossip Girl, and there would be like blog posts daily and like before texting, so you couldn't do like a text blast, and you would have to subscribe to it. It was really sick. It was sick.
Did you ever have? So we had Ask FM. Did you ever have that?
What's FM? Because that kind of sounds familiar.
So Ask FM, it was like a website, and it was like a nationwide thing, like because like
Oh, like when people could like
anonymously
anonymous.
like, post on like your profile.
Right. I always got a lot of hate mail. It's
Like,
giving haters are my motivators. We didn't have that, but oh my God, now I'm like getting insecure. In my delusion, I was popular, but then I'm like, maybe a lot of people hated me. They still do. All of my friends tell me that I'm annoying, which are they really my friends, or are they just telling me the truth? Like, it's also giving like I already know that. But you know what I love? I love when people talk shit about you and then they come back later. They're like, wow, you're really killing it. Yeah, okay. And you have 3 kids. Who's really winning here? This girl. We didn't have that, but we did also, now that Juicy Gossip or any of the FM or MFM, whatever you just said, would be so great because I did have a teacher marry a student. Let me tell you the tea on this, guys. Let me tell you. Wait, you got to sit back and relax because this is a wild story. We had a teacher, which, like, hindsight, you're technically not like that much older than like an 18-year-old. Wait, hold on. Am I trying to rationalize grooming?
Wait, no, this made me think about how when you think of like Pretty Little Liars.
No, Pretty Little Liars is so problematic. Holy shit. I've been going down that rabbit hole. Like, he's like almost 30 and she's like, I'm 16.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody like wants them together. Like,
no,
bro,
we were
like,
sick in the head. And I don't know. Pretty Little Liars, it was like okay. And then they got really far from the plot. Like, as it went on, I'm just like, what is going on? And then A was a trans. Like, what do you mean? What's going on? It was the brother who turned into Cece, who turned into A. It's what's going on? What is going on? We got really far from the plot here. That was that show, and I'm like, well, I'm already 6 seasons in. I have to finish it, you know? I still to this day, I don't think I've actually ever finished it. I've tried to rewatch it and like I get lost around the same season. It's like season 4 or 5. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? That yeah, no. Dude, the way that she was 16 and like Arya was in Ezra's class. No, we were her age. We were like, yeah, that's hot. That could be me.
Yeah.
Delulu. That's awful. Like we should sue CW or ABC Family. Freeform. What was it on? Freeform. I don't fucking know. We need a lawsuit. If you let's start a class action. If you've been victimized by Pretty Little Liars, call me. Okay. I mean, so so wait, let me tell you the story. So in my high school, there was this like young teacher, coach, who was like kind of hitting on all of the girls like subconsciously. Like now that I look back, I knew like way too much about this man. And he put his personal cell phone number on the syllabus. And I was watching that one show. Was it on Hulu? Can you look it up? It was when like that girl said that she was like groomed by her teacher and he like had his cell phone number on the syllabus and I go, "Oh, what?" Keep this between us. There we go. And it reminded me when I was watching the show, Keep This Between Us, that it happened to her too, that the teacher put his like cell phone number. So they always had access to him. And I was like, oh, is that not normal? Because he had his his cell phone number on the syllabus, which why would anybody need health advice during summer? I mean, it's all coming together as an adult. And I knew way too much about this guy. And not just me, like a lot of people knew he was very open and a lot of people knew way too much about this guy. I knew that he cheated on his college girlfriend of 4 years. I also knew that he cheated on every girlfriend except for the one that he was engaged to and he was dragging his feet about like actually marrying her. And then this girl, I guess he had tried with like maybe other girls, I don't know, but this girl they were like really close and she would like hang out in his class like all day, like all fucking day. He would give her a pass, like whatever, and she would be excused from all the classes. And then long story short, he gets married like in the summer and we already graduated, but this had been like a year build up, right? Because like we're seniors and like they're like waiting till like we graduate and she turns 18. And so he gets married in the summer and on his honeymoon, his new wife catches him texting this past student about how much he's in love with her and blah 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 and they wish they could be together. The ink ain't even dry on the fucking marriage certificate. The wedding photos aren't even printed yet. Anyways, I'm assuming it gets like annulled or divorced or whatever. They're like in Bora Bora. I don't know. They're like on some like tropical vacation, some like remote vacation. And I guess, this man is paying for the Wi-Fi, the high frequency Wi-Fi to like talk to this like ex-student. Long story short, they get divorced, whatever, or annulled, whatever it is. And now he's married to the student and they have 3 kids. And it's crazy because they've been together now, I was thinking about it the other day, for like 10 years. And like he went under investigation about like, because nobody could really prove that they were like doing anything appropriate while everybody was like a student. So like, I'm not saying this is all speculation. This is what I've heard through the grapevine. This is all alleged. But and I don't know, allegedly he quit, got fired, resigned. I'm not sure what I'm hearing it through multiple forms of the grapevine and the rumors. So, don't come for me. This is all alleged, but I just think that's crazy. That's the tea. But if they're happy, I mean, I guess it worked out. There's been people that have dated a teacher and it worked out. I don't know. It's like cringy. Taylor saying that she saw this TikTok of the guy saying that he's 35 and his girlfriend's 20 and he likes them young so he can mold them and groom them into something that he likes. Yeah, it's called manipulation, and an older woman your age is going to see right through your bullshit, okay? If I had a nickel for every older guy that I dated, the oldest I've actually dated was 12 years older than me. Motherfucker's getting evicted. He got his car stolen. He got his laptop stolen. It's giving bad karma. And, at 22, 23, I'm like, no, it's okay. I can't leave him high and dry. Baby, I'm telling you, you can leave those people high and dry because there's a reason why they're in that boat. And I wish I knew then what I know now. And just first sign of like a deep, deep, deep red flag, like you have got to get out of there. You've got to run because it's only getting worse. And you're going to get dragged down with it. It's crazy. No, it's crazy because that man is 35, a 35-year-old woman, 29-year-old woman is not going, a 30-year-old woman is not going to marry that man, date that man because she sees through the bullshit, emotional, low emotional intelligence, you know, what the list goes on. I just, no, I can't do it. Really quick, because I promised you guys the Shein documentary, and I just wanted to talk about that. Boring. It was not giving anything that we don't already know, that the fast fashion industry rips off designers on Instagram, on the internet, on TikTok, on, you know, high fashion designers too. So I was underwhelmed by it. You know, they were talking about the most recent Shein campaign with the Giudice sisters, Teresa Giudice from Real Housewives of New Jersey, and her and her four daughters were doing a Shein campaign, you know, trying to make it more legit. Um, yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that it was around in 2008, and I also didn't realize that it just got popular in 2020. Like I said before, I was an OG. I was shopping when it was Shein Insider, and I've been shopping since like 2012, 2013, 2014, something like that. So, yeah, it was just talking about fast fashion and how the conditions weren't the best for, you know, the workers and how designers get ripped off and blah blah blah. So it wasn't anything that we don't already know. It wasn't really giving juice. Boring. I also saw this article saying that they want to do a reboot of Twilight with Jacob Elordi and Jenny Ortega. I'm good. You can keep it. I did see Twilight because it was like it was like peak high school, but like I'm definitely like a Harry Potter person over a Twilight girly, and I don't need a reboot. Although Jacob Elordi is like hot AF, like, we don't need a reboot. We just need new material. And that's why SAG and Writers Guild is so important because, you know, we need to protect our artists and not have it get written by these recycled scripts by AI. So we need like new scripts, new content, better actors, not just influencers who don't know what the fuck to do. And, you know, you get them because you think that it's cheaper, studios. I'm looking at you. Anyways, but also if you do want to hire me, I'm available. But I also have an IMDb and I am repped. So I'm like a little bit legit. Um, Anyways, that's all we have for today's episode. I hope you guys like the studio. I'm really excited. Give me the feedback because if you do like it, we're going to book it more. And also, if you don't, I am going to book it more because this was way easier than trying to get set up at the house with Penelope running around. You know, children. Kids will be kids. Am I right? Other than that, subscribe to Coffee Meets Vodka anywhere you get podcasts, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Coffee Meets Vodka. Follow us on Instagram at coffee.meets.vodka and TikTok at coffee.meets.vodka. Subscribe and support the show at the link tree in my Instagram bio. That would be amazing. You know, it helps us do things like this, like, you know, pay for studio space. And, you know, if you want to be a guest, sign up at the guest form there as well. And I would love to have you. And I can't wait to see you guys again next week. I hope you're having a safe and amazing holiday season. I will give you updates about my birthday next week. I'm sure there will be so much fun to report. And we have until we have like 4 or 5, 6 more weekends until 2024. Make the most of it. And I can't wait to report back. So have a good day. See you next week. Bye, guys.